Thank you.
Um, Finishing up a tough 3-3 puts you 1 point out of second place. Has to feel good.
Yeah, that was pretty gutsy with the circumstances. It's been a real difficult weekend for our team. We had a hard-fought game in Hartford. We travel to play in Lehigh, their first game of the weekend, our second. Another really hard-fought game. And then our third to come back home and finish the way we did, and to fight back in the game, sort of the way that it went down with us tying that late and winning it in the shootout. It was a big weekend. Big weekend. It was a big weekend last weekend, but this another step in the right direction for our group. Even though if you look big picture-wise, it's a 500 weekend.
Did you teach Mike Scarbosa that move?
I cannot take credit for that. Mike has tried that a lot last year when he shot, and for whatever reason, it just never worked out. And then that's the perfect timing right there, because that one, I have a feeling I'll see that on social media a little bit over the next couple days.
It was the first power play goal without Travis Boyd since opening night. Has to feel a good feeling to get that monkey off your back.
Yeah, and Phil Maillet, who's been a little bit snake bitten early in the year offensively. I like Scotty, puts him right back out there on the power play. Missed a game in Lehigh, comes right back out onto the first unit, and does a good job finding a rebound and getting us on the board. That kind of calmed things down. We're struggling to score right now, so we're throwing everything at the net. We're hitting posts. There's scrambles, and just for whatever reason, they're just not going in for us very very much, and for many of our guys. So it's nice to get that power play goal and hopefully gets Phil rolling.
You also got Liam O'Brien back, and he had a goal and an assist this weekend. How big is having him back?
He's huge. Everything he does on the ice, I don't have to get into that, but just his presence, his energy on the bench, his personality, it just adds. You know when the big tuna is in our locker room and when he's in Hershey. And I even noticed it today, a Sunday afternoon. Sometimes it's tough. Guys come to the rink at 3. They slept in a little bit, and you're trying to, as a coach, you're trying to build up energy and excitement. And this is an important game. Let's come out with a ton of pace and a ton of urgency. And he's the guy that's driving that before the coaches even get in the room.
It's a little early to ask about the injury to Hobbs, but it was a heck of a play by him after getting injured to get up and clear that puck.
Just, it's the first thing I said in the locker room is that's the definition of sacrifice right there. When we've got 30 seconds to kill off a 4-on-3, and you got Greg Carey, who, for people that don't know, has one of the hardest shots in the league, if not in North America. If you throw NHL players in there as well, and he just throws his body right in front of that to keep that game going on and keeping it out of the back of our net. So that is not an easy thing to do, to throw your body in front of something that's coming that hard. And I got a ton of respect for Hobbsy already, but even more so, that block tonight is pretty emblematic of our game.
Already 6 games now this year that are decided by 1 goal. What do you think are just some of the early beneficiaries to that, where your team really tight for 60 minutes and beyond?
Were you around last year at all? It forces you to have to, for lack of a better term, stay entirely focused. And that was what I thought helped a lot of our young players last year is in almost every game out of the 76, maybe call it 65 of them, are all tight to the bitter end. And when you play in games like that, there's no margin for error. Every puck decision's important. Every read is important. Every little thing you do when you step on the ice, every change, every face-off. So now you get in a habit of that's just the way your game looks from start to finish, Sunday, Tuesday, Wednesday, it doesn't matter. And so that's hopefully, it's not great for the longevity of a coach, because you build a lot of gray hairs when you're going through games like this, but it's really good for players to play in these situations, and if you can win more than you lose, it's obviously better to be in that spot. But hopefully our guys learn from it and are better players from it and helps us down the road.
Thank you.
Thanks.